please try to break my game in every single way possible. So, I had my game playtested and frustrating. Raging, kind of boring and unstreamlined. Good idea, bad unplayable due to performance. This is a buggy mess. 5 out of 10. Okay. Definitely one of the games of all time. 1.5 needs a lot of work. Well, I definitely agree with this one. It does need a lot of work. I was really happy with how the map turned out. I spent weeks carefully designing it. Level design was basic. I didn't get past the first part. Easy to get lost. It's not obvious where to go. Very claustrophobic. Could use a bit of work. Hurts my head. And I knew you guys were gonna get some really good playtime out of it. Seriously, 10 seconds? This guy literally stopped time. How does that even happen? But at least people didn't find a lot of bugs. Oh shit. Now I have to fix all of this. But how did I get into this situation? Well, I announced 3 weeks ago that I'm going to be doing a playtest for my game, and everything was going perfectly. I opened the playtest and nobody could download it. Not a single person. And all of a sudden, there were 100 people in my Discord, and they were all online. They were waiting for me, and I didn't know what was wrong. They started asking me questions, so I did what any normal person would do, and I blamed it all on Steam. I was really angry at Steam, and I was not gonna let them get away with this. I even sent them a message expressing my frustration. An hour had passed, and I tried everything. I was on the verge of giving up, and then... Wait, what's this? Oh, I'm supposed to click publish. And then the feedback started to roll in, and over the course of the next week, you guys really pushed my game to its limits, so thank you. There's one really interesting thing that I learned from the playtest, which I'll talk about after I fix, well, my entire game. I'm a bit overwhelmed with what to do, so I'll start with the biggest problem. I added a turret last devlog, and you guys didn't love it. It was basically just aimbot with 10 rounds per second and infinite range, so clearly you're just not hardcore gamers like me. Get on my level. People actually told me how hard it was to aim the turret, and I just roasted them. I told them that their aim is bad. And then I added bullet impact effect, and I realized the turret actually doesn't shoot with the middle of the screen, so my bad guys. I hope you enjoy this new turret balancing where it shoots straight into your eyes and blinds you. I need to address the elephant in the room. Well, no. I need to address the room. After everyone got lost in this map like it was some sort of Slenderman level, I decided that I'll have to rethink the level design completely. You guys found the level so boring that there was a whole challenge started on the Discord where people would start to climb on top of shipping containers, and I'm pretty sure that was the most fun they had. Oh, this is boring as hell. Woo, yeah, now that's what I'm talking about. Climbing containers. People didn't even spend too much time playing the game, and most of them gave up without finishing the playtest. Wait. Enhance. Enhance. What kind of psychopath spent more than three hours on my game? Well, I found one. Shout out to Gun3 for spending 4 hours on there. What were you doing, man? I tried to pivot the level design to much more linear because from the way you guys described it, it sounded like I made some sort of open world game. So if you get lost on this new map, please go to a doctor. People complain that the game is too fast paced to be looking for an ammo counter, so I just removed it. Now there's nothing to look at. Okay, yeah, I did put one on your gun instead. I was also told that I should incorporate some of that average Unity FPS controller, unprecise and wonky, knockoff Titanfall without all the cool Titanfall elements, muddy, boring, and extremely basic movement into my level design, so I tried to make wall bouncing a key part of the traversal. This person wanted wall running, but I'm not gonna add that, but if there was, I assure you I would make it more obese. Though I'm glad to hear that you thought it was pretty decon for alpha. Now I have the design down, but it's time to make a map and see what it's like. I went with one with a straight path, and I made sure that the movement was a crucial part of the map. I also made the entire movement feel much better because, well, it wasn't that well received. I programmed some lasers as obstacles, and then I made a wall out of them because f*** you. But there is a fan that spins and blocks them. I bet people will love this in the next playtest. After this area, you finally get to have your first fight, and I added everyone's favorite enemy, the turret. It's now got lasers on it so you can actually see where it's looking, and it has a lock-on time, and I have the damage, so I really hope this is enough of a nerf. I need a way to separate areas because all the speedrunners were able to get through the whole level in 10 seconds, which isn't good because I need to make sure people play the game for at least 2 hours so that they can't get that Steam refund anymore. So I designed a door. Yep, you heard that right. A whole door. But now you can't progress. There's a door in the way. So that's why we have the black cube. You can interact with the black cube to open the door. Wait, what the f- But at least all the work I put into the smooth gunplay paid off. Well, since the gunplay was apparently terrible, I decided to rework the code for the weapon system by making it so that there's one central armory that has different animation stations inside of it. I can blend between pose and Blender and export as one animation with the animator, and then we now hold revolvers like a shotgun, and the machine pistol likes to disassemble itself. I'll fix it later. Someone had the audacity to call my textures mid, and I took that really personally. So I carefully remade every single asset in the map, and I made even more assets to put everywhere. So whose textures are mid now, huh? I'm liking the new look, it feels less cheap, but I'm still not a huge fan. Actually, speaking of huge fan, I forgot to texture it, oops. But if you're a huge fan, maybe you should consider subscribing, because I'm like really cool, and so is my game, so go wishlist that on Steam. I now realize that the best strategy at the moment is literally to jump off the map and turn to someone else, so you can go the whole game without firing a bullet. Yep, I definitely meant that, but just hypothetically guys, if I did need a solution, could you please comment some ideas? People also said that it was hard to know when you're about to die, so I made you sound like a bomb. I hope that helps. I then watched a 30-minute tutorial on 4-dimensional rotation so that the turret doesn't go through the floor when you're controlling it. And guess what? I still have no clue, so I'll try to get that fixed by the time the next playtest comes around. The most important thing I learned from this playtest is that the map design I thought was really good was actually terrible, and the gunplay which I thought was very smooth was mediocre. So my main takeaway from this is that I'm a game dev. Sorry, I mean feedback is very important the whole way through a game's development. And if you want to help with that, join the Discord in the description. Whew, I'm finally done the checklist, and I can relax now. Wait, what is this? Oh,